Welcome to My ArundelBiz Podcast, powered by Anne Arundel Economic Development Corporation.
A podcast that celebrates the businesses and business owners throughout Anne Arundel County.
Hello and welcome to another episode of My ArundelBiz Podcast. And to be honest with you, this is a very special and this is going to be a fun episode and probably one of your favorite episodes of My ArundelBiz Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. As Grayson said, this is one we've been very excited to record for quite a while now, and a story we're very excited to share with the county. So without further ado, I'm very excited to introduce today's guests, Marcus Moore, owner of Moore Crunch, a very rapidly growing gourmet pretzel business that's now based in Crofton, and Kathy Watson, a.k.a. Mama Crunch. As you're probably guessed, that's because she is Marcus's very proud mom.
Yep.
And so Marcus and Kathy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Happy for you. It's awesome.
Awesome. So just to kick things off, Marcus, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and basically how you first came up with the idea of, making and seasoning pretzels, because I know you were a huge wrestling fan, but how'd you get into the pretzel business, basically?
Oh, it all started I was telling my mom I would like to just take care of myself, make a living, because before I worked at previous jobs that was a great learning some things and all that, and I just wanted the first job I would like to do a day shift just to get more experience with more people,
Right?
And also I did day shift as well for other job, and it was going well, great goals and stuff, but I feel like I knew I wouldn't get a management position probably because of my autism.
Right.
And I just thought I like to make a living just make a living. And Mom had the idea of showing me a pretzel, right? A pretzel logo. And think why not pretzels? Because, I love food, like to munch and stuff.
Yes, right.
Right, sir. And it's I tried things like gaming and art stuff, a lot of stuff I refused, and because I just thought it didn't work for me. And it's okay, let's go for it. And we tried to test some flavors. The Graul ranch was the first test flavor. And we went through so many versions.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we got a perfect version to go well. And then decided to do start with More Crunch. So talking More Crunch and started making other flavors like cinnamon sugar, buffalo, Maryland crab. Great start. And the first market was the Crofton Farmers Market, where it all started, and that's how More Crunch became born.
That's awesome. And Mama Crunch, I guess we'll call you that throughout the podcast.
I have a different version of the story.
That's a spoiler alert for my question. So I remember the first time I met with you and Marcus and Papa Crunch, who we'll talk about later. This answer made me laugh. So you've got to share with everybody kind of what you first thought when you were invited to taste More Crunch for the first time.
Well, oh gosh, when he just wanted to do pretzels, I don't even like pretzels. Well, I didn't like pretzels. So I was can he make a living off of pretzels? And then that was cool. And then we tried a couple recipes and they were horrible. You have to conjure up that, that parental love and these are good. I couldn't do that. I call it the American Idol thing.
Unconditional taste.
Yeah, no, we're not doing this. So switching things up, because when he started off following recipes he found on the internet. You can't do that. So he started doing his own thing, and they were good. And now I eat pretzels all the time.
Yeah.
So they were horrible at first.
Yep.
But he got better. I'm sorry. Good job, Marcus.
But it's a learning curve. A learning curve. One of the things that you said that is just so awesome was the fact that, and I want to highlight this for all parents. Parents, listen up, bring your kids close, because this is a lesson. You said that you wanted to be on your own, and you were focused enough to be able to do something that you were looking for, something that you loved. You got focused. You made it your passion. You made it everything. You made it your business. I think that's a lesson for a lot of kids now, because now it's just things are all over the place. And just to have that focus and just to be able to actually say, you know what, I'm going to do this. And not only am I going to do this, but I'm going to own it. I think that's really a lesson for everyone. And I think that's a huge kudos to you, because it's it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Sorry, I had to get off for a second. That was just a wonderful thing.
Yep.
Thank you. Now the thing about it is that you're doing something that is fun. That is, this you enjoy this so much. But I wanted to know, to make it a living and to do everything, what made you think that you could first succeed in doing this?
I think what I first is to make sure like I get the flavors all niced up and getting more like marketing exposure out there, like also like helping anxiety, because the thing is like when I started at the market, it like when you like sell a product, it's like you sell and you engage the customer or person and just like be yourself.
Yeah,
it's like to me like about that, just like enjoying, like as long as you're happy with yourself and comfortable with what you're doing.
So it's almost like you knew, like you were just destined really to do this. Like this is you.
Yes.
So it like helped you break out of your shell, basically.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So
now,
do
of course,
you remember
when he found that direct deposit, I'm sorry, but when he saw the direct deposit from credit card sales, it showed him that he could do this and take care of himself.
Listen, there's nothing like the confirmation from money.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to be like, oh, this business will work. Do you remember your first sale?
Oh yes, it was actually on my brother's birthday.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Oh, wow.
That's very memorable.
Wow.
Yes, I believe her name was Miss Esther.
Esther.
Man, you really remember.
Yes.
So that was at Crofton?
Yes.
No, it was actually online.
Was it online?
Okay.
Yes, my apologies. The online website when we got it all together.
Yeah.
Very first sale was Miss Esther when she placed the order.
Shout out to Miss Esther.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you,
Right.
thank you. Like,
That's awesome.
She's amazing. It's just like amazing, mind blowing. That was on my brother's birthday.
What was that feeling like?
It felt like really good. It's like, wow, I could this could work, Marcus. This could work, literally.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. Like I just can't imagine if I said no to this, because
Right.
I have things, I say no, like I'm scared, like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do this stuff, that, because I really I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm sorry if I go this, but when I was growing up, it was a little hard for me, because I'll be honest with you, I had any friends when I was growing up, and I just wanted to be sure, like, am I gonna be okay? Like, and Mom said, Marcus, you got everything. Like, there's nothing wrong with you. Don't be ashamed about who you are.
Right.
You'll be happy and find that passion, and here it is. And I'm just the way things are going. Like, I'm very, very happy.
He found his peace.
Yes.
Right.
That's the whole thing about, with like the autism thing about the puzzle piece, and we've gotten some feedback from people. Some people don't like the puzzle piece. The puzzle piece is his piece in the world, and just everything that we try to do. You do painting, you do this, everything they teach you to do in special education, basically, and it just didn't fit, and he wasn't happy.
Yeah. And I
And
think we all
food
go
makes
through
him
that
happy.
journey. I think we all go through that journey. We all go through those moments where it's like we've got to really figure out our place, our piece.
Yeah, everyone
in the
has
world.
a piece to us.
And so to be honest with you, I mean, and just to divert just a little bit, when Steve first brought these into the office, and they were sitting there, and I just remember I skipped lunch, because I'm trying to keep my figure. When I walked in, I tasted buffalo, and I was like, oh my God! I was like, this is so good. And so me and the office manager Kelly, we were like back and forth, and we were like, oh my God, these are so good. These are so great. And the thing about it is that day specifically, we were having a rough day. Because it was a lot of stuff kind of going on. I mean, everybody was just busy running all over the place or whatever. And whenever you find something that can change your day, you kind of stick with it. That changed our day. Like it then became like where we were standing in the kitchen and we were laughing and talking. And then I believe Wes, who is a favorite of the podcast, came in and just started talking. And it's a great, great, great feeling. So if you ever feel like, I don't know if this is going to work, trust me. This is going to work. This is definitely
That's
good.
awesome.
Grayson, thank you. That's awesome.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
man.
buddy.
Absolutely.
Thank you, buddy.
And
Really.
that's one of the coolest things I get to see all the time on your guys' social media is people sharing photos from all over the country and showing you love and saying how much they love the pretzels. And to your point of that first sale, I think one of the smartest things, from just my outsider perspective, is knowing immediately you wanted to do online sales. Because you see a lot of businesses, especially that start at a farmer's market or whatever, they'll be like, oh, for the first year, I'm just going to only do in-person sales at the farmer's market and see how it goes. But, especially in today's day and age, everybody wants to be able to click a button and order whatever they've got.
It's the convenience.
That's the truth.
So with that in mind, I first met you guys, I met Papa Crunch at one of the first Sunday arts festivals.
Yeah.
It was only last fall, showing how quickly you've grown the business.
You gave us your card. It was so nice. And
thinking back to that, because I know, you've now got a warehouse space, you've got a commercial kitchen you're working in. What are some of the biggest, I guess over only the last 9 months, some of the biggest growth highlights? I mean, obviously you can't list them all, but a few of them.
Oh, I would have to say the biggest growth list was when I believe when they started sharing around Facebook, Facebook time. There's Makers, I believe Makers.
Makers in Maryland.
Yeah, her name is Stephanie. Yeah, she's in charge of Makers. When she's amazing, great. I know her a lot.
Love Stephanie.
Yes, she's awesome. When she shared that post about more crunch, how it started around Perry Hall section, it became viral. We were just getting orders coming in. We were just oh, where these are coming from? This is awesome. Yeah. And it's just looking up. It's wow. And I also the way it was trending, we had to do a commercial kitchen. This guy's Uncle B. We call him Uncle B.
Yeah.
He's one of the in charge of the commercial kitchen. We share that and offer it. It was just amazing. He's a really good guy, and I could have been this far without him. So
that's true.
He's amazing.
That's true.
Awesome. And how'd you guys find the warehouse space?
Oh, wow.
Craigslist. Craigslist. Yes. It's oh my gosh. And we actually just moved from that space.
Okay.
Just looking at different things, and the Severna Park kitchen where he's in now has storage, so it's just been able to consolidate. And it's been great.
It's been amazing.
And so I know obviously Crofton Farmers Market, I still see you selling there pretty regularly. I hung out with you and your dad, or with Walter, for, I don't know, at least half an hour talking about wrestling at the Farragut Farmers Market earlier this summer. I know you're in Graul's grocery stores because I bought a couple of bags there. Where are some other spots you're selling?
I'm in Cheers, Arnold Cheers and Spirit, wine, Cheers and Spirit.
Okay.
The Maryland Inn Annapolis Hotels.
Oh, right. Oh, yep.
Yes. Also at, of course, Makers of Maryland.
Yep.
Eddie's Reynolds, Baltimore. I believe 2 locations. John Hopkins. I'm sorry, this is hospital. I'm sorry.
Mount Washington.
Mount Washington Hospital.
Pediatric.
Wow.
Pediatric Hospital.
Jeez.
And don't forget the Graduate in Annapolis.
Oh, yes, the Graduate in Annapolis. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're all over.
Yes.
All over the place.
The Baltimore Convention Center.
Yeah.
And now the Camden Yards, Baltimore.
Oh yeah, I brought a Camden Yards baseball in for all the listeners out there that I'm flashing now, because I loved seeing that. And the orange goes right with the Orioles. So.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And okay, so this is one thing that you guys don't know about me. Mama Crunch being a proud parent, because I'm a proud parent. I've got 2 sets of twins.
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky.
It's the reason why I have no hair. I had an afro when this thing started.
My gosh.
Now all of a sudden it's just gone. It's just gone. So being a proud parent, I just wanted to know, what was one of the things that really made you feel like, you know what, I'm seeing my child do this. This is, what was some of your hesitations on, I just don't know, because as a parent, you're always protective. You're always you want to make sure that they're doing the right thing and that they're received well. What was some of the hesitations, and how were those?
I should have brought tissue.
Yeah.
Mom,
Should have brought tissue.
Talking mom.
Whew.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first thing was, do people even like pretzels? Of course.
Sure.
The other thing is that just getting over the anxiety. I mean, this is a young man who at one point when I took them to Florida for WrestleMania years ago, I asked him to walk across the McDonald's lobby to get napkins, and he couldn't do it. He was paralyzed, So to even him, okay, Mom, I'll go into the grocery store and get it, or I'll do this, or hey, how you doing? My name is Marcus. That's just great. But when people first, and I told them like this is the real deal, because we fought with the part of putting the autism component out there, and I was real with it, where we can celebrate a Black-owned business, a woman-owned business, a veteran-owned business, all that stuff. We're going to celebrate an autism-owned business, And then I told him, I said, you're going to have people, maybe 25% of people come to support you just because you have autism. Just because, oh, bless his heart, that sort of thing. Good, come on, do it, please.
Absolutely.
Press order,
Yeah.
But they're going to come back because they're good.
Yep.
Right.
That's what it is. No matter who you are, what you're trying to sell, if you don't have good customer service, if you don't have a good product, you're not going to get the customers, returning customers. But you do get, with anything, a couple of butt heads.
Of course.
And the hardest part for me has been, I would say he's hit like 7,000 online orders throughout his entire thing since starting October of last year.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We've had maybe about 5. Which camera do I look at? And you know who you are, that have not been as kind to a message because because it was supposed to ship out on Tuesday and it went out on Wednesday instead. And they have to realize I'm not a customer service agent.
Sure.
I'm his mom. So when you're saying these mean things,
absolutely,
I break down. But we had a moment where someone said that. They called his pretzel subpar at best. You know who you are. Yeah. And I started breaking down crying. Absolutely. And then we had to come together as a family and say, you know what? We can't stress about this. And Marcus said, Mom, it's okay. We got this, because we're packing up boxes of pretzels to go to Camden Yards at the same time this email comes in.
And that has to make you feel like, because
like, boom.
Yeah, because as a parent, you're trying to protect him, but then he's coming and saying, you know what, Mom? Yeah. It's okay. And it's like you got your grown man businessman on, where it's like, no, I got it, Mom. Yeah. Mom, I got it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all good.
That's awesome.
So it's good that he's going through that. It's good that he has the people who will come up. It's not something where he has something where, hey, I have autism. A lot of times, he doesn't have the look of someone with special needs. Of course. So sometimes people just, But as long as you're kind and customer service, people can engage. And then sometimes the people come back and say, oh, I just read your story, or I just saw this. They didn't even know. Yeah. So there's always that chance that someone doesn't know. But, he's about his grind. You know what I mean? If anyone has a problem, I am the customer service manager. I will take care of it. Yep. And I teach them that the customer is always right. But when they're wrong, that's when I come into play.
Right.
But I try to set it up where I'm not always there, because I'm not always going to be there. I'm not talking about just, moving on. But I'm talking about, as this business grows, when do we bring in a business manager? When do we bring in some people who are going to look out for him? Because I need people to look out for him. I need people to say, hey, this invoice is not right. Or, hey, why hasn't this been paid? Or, you know what I mean? With his best interest in heart that goes beyond being a parent.
Right.
So in him running it and him doing everything, just if you give me one word answer, how does that make you feel?
Oh, one word. I'm a talker.
Hey, go on.
Jeez, one word.
Just one word. I'll give you two. Give me 2 words.
2 words.
Just the everyday when you see him.
Freaking fantastic.
Hey,
awesome.
That's perfect.
And I censored it for the...
Yes, we appreciate it.
I censored it for y'all.
The county appreciates it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, Marcus, I think you guys told me, and I was shocked by this, but looked it up, and it's totally true. You're one of just 10 individuals with autism who 100% owns their business, not in the state, which is what I would have probably assumed, in the country. So that's, again, to the haters out there. Yeah. How about that?
In the country.
So getting to watch you, do packing the boxes on social media, seeing you selling
and
at
the cartwheels.
Yep. All that.
And the cartwheel.
Just it's obvious that you were just thriving in your element in all aspects of the business. But if you could just, speak a little bit about how how you feel in, more than 2 words, but
He gets more than 2 words.
just
I would say amazing and just pushing, amazing, good, like just great, amazing. Like it's been fantastic. Like just like wow, like I push, like I still like relax and stuff, like 'cause, I work but don't work too hard.
Right.
But still work hard,
Right.
but not too hard, 'cause you gotta relax your mind. Like, just let your
We
conscience
have a song. Go ahead. Relax
your
your mind and let your conscience be free, and get down to the sounds of EPMD.
Oh, very nice. Yes.
man.
Yes.
We raised him on hip hop.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's go hip hop.
Yes, it's been like fantastic, like a fantastic flow, like just like making them, baking them, and just bagging, packaging them up, like whew, it's great. It's just amazing, a lot, but just amazing as well. And it's
It's a lot.
it's just like whew.
And I know you recently got your first employees. How does that make you feel? Actually employing other people.
Oh, it feels great. It feels great that they're doing so well. Like either like with autism or not. Like just I'm excited just to get everybody and just to and just enjoy this business, to keep going forward and just learning. I'm showing them how to do things and all.
Yeah.
And just I'm learning a lot more things, like how to be in charge and make sure things are just right. Like make sure this order just got more than one bag, because these numbers that I look at, I gotta make sure they're exact numbers. Like that two quality could sneak in or something like that.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
It's so important is you got to dot every I and cross every T.
Yes.
And if anybody ever thinks that someone with special needs cannot be a business owner, let me tell you, don't mess with Mr. Marcus and his stuff.
Right.
He is like, excuse me, Mom, this is not right. I mean, even with the bags, so pick up the bags and make sure, everything. If you get a package that is missing a bag or something is wrong, it's probably me and Papa's Crunch fault. Because Marcus is just so on point about everything. And that's another good thing about, people who are like Marcus, is they have the structure. Once they get something right, you're not going to find anyone to do it better.
Right.
You're not.
Structure.
Right.
And that's a gift.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be on point every single time.
Yes, it is.
Well, so speaking of continuing to grow and seeing you operate in your element, this episode will actually be coming out after the event, but just 1 week from today, the date on which we're recording, you guys are going to be, I'm very excited that you're going to be at the MACo, that's Maryland Association of Counties Taste of Maryland event. So it's going to be a room of like 800 people, something like that, including County Executive Pittman.
Yep.
Governor Moore will be there. So I'm very much looking forward to hopefully taking pictures of you serving them samples of the pretzels.
I'm excited. It's going to be great. Amazing.
And that's going to be an awesome time. What are a few other, hopes you have for growth in the future? Like more stores, more flavors of pretzels?
Oh yes, more like more stores, definitely. Like getting more big like local grocery stores. Even I'm down from restaurants too. Like thinking about doing restaurant stores location. Like one of the restaurants recently, it's called Jimmy's Seafood.
Oh yeah,
very amazing people and stuff like that.
Amazing.
If like literally they're part of the more Crunch Crew family. Like if like
Nice.
in terms of just kind, and they love wrestling as well, and also meeting wrestlers too. Like I could not meet them if it wasn't for them. And go to events.
That's awesome.
Like they're amazing, seriously. And also this big local stores like I say.
Where do you want them in local stores?
Oh, I'm sorry. Like people have been ordering a lot online, but I want them to make sure they could go to stores and get them immediately off the shelf instead of waiting on the website.
Cut out the wait time.
Yes.
Shipping.
My apologies, for people waiting out there still just catching up with orders. So it's been like,
Yeah.
Feel free to shout out those big stores that you'd like to be in if you guys want. I mean,
We are looking at ShopRite. We
Yes.
want to be in. What else do we want to be in? Safeway. We want to be in everything.
Giant.
Okay?
Giant. I want to.
Giant everything.
I'll put them on the
Everything.
message here. Giant, I want to be able to buy these pretzels at your stores.
Yeah.
And
There we
especially
go.
now, you got to understand, football season's getting ready to start
Yeah.
up. So
That's
that
it.
is...
If people are looking for places to
Oh,
go.
Yep.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
really, we
Yes,
get
yes.
messages all the time.
Yes.
Where's local? Where's local? We have a little store locator on the website.
Yep.
But we want
Yeah.
people to be able to go to the store and just see, oh, more crunch.
Yep.
Oh, I want the pretzels. Oh, you
Yep.
know what I mean?
yes.
And that works out better too. Even though, you can have a pickup option. You just don't know what's going to be going on with your day.
Right.
If it's at a store, it's at a store.
Right. And we obviously love made in Maryland, but we love made in Anne Arundel County
Yes.
even better. So we're
Yes.
all for it. And I know the
Yes.
demand is there because, so I said that I bought a couple bags at Graul's. That was the third time I went to buy them there, and they were sold out the first two times. So the demand is there for
Yeah.
sure.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we're super excited
Yes,
about that.
Very, very, very excited.
Yeah.
It's just like amazing. Awesome. Great.
So wrapping up, Marcus, the one thing that I do want to tell you is that I know as being a business owner, small business owner, it's very difficult. A lot of people don't understand the doubt that you'll have going into day to day and things like that, and just kind of even just the doubt that you may feel like, oh my God, I love this, but will other people love it? And it's something that's so close to you.
Right.
I wanna and Mama Crunch, I don't want to make you cry.
Oh, it's all good.
But I will tell you this much. You are a true example of not only just a business owner with autism, but I think of a small business owner. The strength and everything that you've shown in just even in the success of everything, you have really broken barriers that a lot of people have, they place on people. And you really are a shining example of that.
Thank you.
Now it gives you the responsibility of where you now have to tell business owners who are coming up, who are having that same mindset,
Yeah.
Yes.
what are some of the things that you will be able to impart to them? What are some of the things that you can actually give them that will, through your journey that you've learned, that will be able to, help them out?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's okay. Maybe look at the
Sure,
camera.
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, this one there. That one there.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Do not be happy what you like to be and never give up. Also, be passionate and don't be ashamed about what you do and just have faith in yourself. Yourself is important. And if you're happy, you'll be happy with this business that you'll through. Like, seriously. Even with autism, anything else you have or not, no matter what you go through, learn that never give up and just find your passion. You'll be happy with. I'm so sorry. You'll be happy with your product as long as you're happy with yourself. That's all that matters.
Yep. And it really is. It's passion and it's purpose, and that really gives a great product. And I think you're a prime example of that. So
Yes.
Can I say something real quick to that?
absolutely.
Yep.
I will also say from the parent point of view, or anyone, it doesn't have to be a parent, it could be a loved one, it could be your best friend, what have you, is that if you are somebody, whether you have special needs or not, don't be afraid to say no. Because a lot of times we presented a lot of things to Marcus. Hey, let's make artwork,
Yeah.
let's make this, let's make that. And he was like, okay, I'll try, but it just didn't work. Do not make your loved one feel like they can't say no. Because they're going to go into a business, as a lot of people do, not liking what they do.
Yep. Yep.
They're going to resent it, and then it's just going to make them doubt themselves more.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you don't want. So if you want to do the business, it's okay to say, no, this isn't for me. If you want someone to try something, accept the no. Don't take
Right.
it personally.
Right.
They're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the idea.
Right.
And a lot of times we use the word passion. That could be confused sometimes too, because some people feel like, I'm not passionate about anything.
Sure. Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can be passionate enough about, not stepping in dog do, where you have someone now makes $1 million picking up dog do.
Yeah.
You know what I
right,
mean?
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've learned too, and Marcus is learning, everything out there can be monetized.
Right. Right.
And the good thing about it is Anne Arundel has so many resources, so many things that can catapult your business beyond. Don't be scared to reach out. if someone reaches out to you, don't be scared to respond to the email, talk to each other, network, all that good stuff, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you know, he lives in Anne Arundel, he works in Anne Arundel, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, we
You know?
first,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
like we've said throughout this, I think the first time I met you in person, and then obviously saw the business grow over the next couple months, then we eventually connected.
Yeah.
And
It was
yeah,
our first
just-
Sundays, and it was just a little
Right.
section.
Right.
Because his dad was selling his cocktail mixers, a little
Yep.
section of pretzels, just right there.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah.
And to think how much has happened, as I said, in the last less than a year.
Now he has different
is-
bags
It's
and
crazy. Yeah.
commercial kitchen, because he started off as a cottage food business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which also gives you certain limitations
Yep.
according to the law. But yeah, now he's worldwide. He's been in Germany.
Oh,
He's
wow.
been, his pretzels have been all over the world.
Oh, so I sent Marcus,
crazy.
I've sent you guys this photo. It was back in, right before July 4th, I think. I took a full bag of pretzels on a paddleboarding outing,
Yes.
and I took a bunch of cheesy photos on it, so we'll flash one of those up. Because I remember, and I ate the whole bag
Yes.
while I was out on the water, because I was sweating all day. I brought a bottle of water, of course, but man, pretzels, water, and paddleboarding, it's a good combo. So speaking of fun things, this is a perfect setup for my last question. Obviously, we love having you in the county and watching you grow here. When you're not shipping boxes all over the county or Mama Crunch posting all sorts of awesome content on social media.
That's him.
A
A lot of times it's him, yes.
Both, yeah.
Yes.
What are, other than wrestling, watching wrestling, I know you do some good video gaming. What are some other things you like to do to unwind, places you like to go?
Well, I like to go to like other different states I haven't experienced yet, like Pennsylvania, like mostly the Mount Poconos.
Oh, cool.
Yes, where they have like the mountain roller coaster, which is amazing.
Yep.
I was originally gonna go on the what was it?
Zip line.
The zip line, but they closed due to high winds.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And my dream also was to go to New York City. I haven't been there yet, but I would love to go there. It's just amazing.
Set up a business meeting with somebody in New York City, and you would have a good excuse, little business and personal.
Write that
It's
off.
amazing. And also like trying more foods, going to meeting more people, like places like also like have a great time, talk like you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is amazing,
Yeah.
seriously.
Spread the word.
Like
yeah.
it's helping with my social ability, like just talking to more people, expose more people, and going to Universal Studios, Florida. I haven't been there.
wow.
I haven't been for years. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, now that his anxiety is getting better, he's like, I want to go everywhere, Mom. I'm like,
Oh,
okay, well, you have like 300 orders that need to go out.
Yes.
So we have to plan accordingly, you
Lots of
know.
planning. I'm
Oh,
sure.
yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys gone to an Orioles game yet with the pretzels there?
Oh, yes.
Tell him, Marcus.
Last night, me.
Oh, geez. I did not know this. This was not a setup.
Me, Papa Crunch, and Bro Crunch went there.
So you saw the pretzels for sale there.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
How did that make you feel?
Great. They were very, very nice. Yes, I think, one of them names was Tessa.
And Jennifer.
Yes, really amazing. Like literally, show me around. I was on the field watching the players.
Oh, wow.
How they practice
man.
and all stuff. It's just great.
I always wanted
You
to
got
go.
the VIP treatment.
Yes, like really
Yeah,
amazing.
fellow time. And that's I would say one of the interesting things that he's been doing, because Marcus is 30. He's 30 now.
Yeah.
And I would say that one of his very interesting, not battles, but is I've always raised my sons to say Mr. or Miss.
Oh, yeah.
When we're addressing someone.
Yep.
So now he's like, yeah, Miss Tessa. I'm like, you're older than Miss Tessa. You know what I mean? So we're dealing with that. That's the next thing. But respect never goes unnoticed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It takes you a long way.
It does.
Man, that's awesome. Well, so obviously we've discussed a lot of the places where you can buy and experience more crunch. If you could just end by telling everyone out there where to follow you on social media, where to place your orders, and then maybe cheating with a last question, what personal favorite flavor you'd recommend people start with by buying?
I'm honestly, it's a very tough choice, but I would say the cinnamon sugar is always a great start if you like that sweet flavor, or like the garlic ranch Maryland crab. Garlic ranch is the first flavor I ever tested. It's like
There's no one flavor.
I'm sorry. But I was
So
saying,
one of each, probably.
one of each.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So where can they get them? What's the website?
Website, morecrunch.com. Get them at morecrunch.com. Get them in stores like Graul's.
Yep.
And Jimmy's, the Eddie's, the local stores, Eddie's, the Baltimore Convention Center.
Cheers and Spirits.
Cheers and Spirits.
All over the place.
Graduate Annapolis.
And we're going
all
to get
over
them
the
in
place,
more
yeah.
places.
Yep.
It's just,
Yes,
I'm going to load Marcus up with some pretzels, some samples, and we're going to drop them off. So if you have some place that you want, or you guys know of any place that it works, send me a message, on the website, and I'll reach out to them. And I'll say what so-and-so says.
I think you guys need to get a More Crunch vehicle with the big
Oh my
logo
gosh,
on
that's
it. And
the goal.
find
The
us
bright
at,
orange.
follow us at. Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's-
what are all the social handles? Is it just More Crunch everywhere?
Yeah,
Okay.
more crunch.
Because I know, like I said,
TikTok and Instagram.
you guys
and
got a
Facebook.
lot of good Instagram content.
Yeah, it's fun. Now he was hacked, so if you
Yeah,
go to
I
his
saw that like a
Instagram,
month ago.
yeah, they watch out. They're getting good.
Yeah.
These hackers are getting good.
Oh yeah. It's like becoming crazy. Like even one of the people at the bank mentioned she mentioned and told me be careful because they may have this title that looks exactly like the company, but it's not us.
Right.
So
Yeah.
everyone think come to us first and all that stuff.
Yeah. Right.
You just never.
And that's a
know.
shout out to Laura, the
Laura.
manager at M&T Bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Arnold,
awesome.
amazing, just
Amazing.
patient, just the postal workers, the UPS workers, just everybody, just taking the time to be patient with Marcus and understanding and just being part of his journey. It just.
Thank you so much.
it's
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream
Yeah.
work, right? That's the
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It really is.
And also, I just wanted to know, you had a slogan.
Oh.
You had I just want, it was something catchy, but I didn't hear it. I didn't, know. If you could bless us with that real quick.
Share it
Mark.
with the world, please.
Sure. The world needs more crunch.
More crunch.
More crunch. I know
So
that's right.
with that, I
know
will
that's
just
right.
remind everybody that you can watch this episode and any of our past or future episodes on Facebook and YouTube, and we also promote them on Instagram and LinkedIn. And just to stay up to date on any of the latest business and economic development news in Anne Arundel County, please also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All right, thanks.
And always remember, the world needs more crunch.
More crunch.
More crunch.